You may see yourself as not having enough, or simply you're just not enough. Some of you may even see yourself as being impoverished and or just economically bankrupt. But today we're going to talk about on 15 Minutes of Shame, the very thing that you have that is the most sought after and valuable commodity on the planet. And we're going to talk about it in a couple seconds on the Shame Free Life Radio. 15 Minutes of Shame. Let's talk.
Today is about the power of you.
We can be whatever we dream.
You're locked into another episode of 15 Minutes of Shame. Each week, we'll help you rebuild your life one brick at a time by addressing real-life issues from a practical and biblical perspective.
I had to believe in myself like never before.
This is the Shame-Free Radio Show.
Finding the solution to become the greatest.
And now your host, minister, author, grief and trauma support specialist, Dr. Ronald Zion Roseborough.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is it.
Greetings, Shame-Free Life family and friends. It is so wonderful to be back with you once again. I am your host, Ronald Zion, and you're locked inside of another installment on the Shame-Free Life Radio 15 Minutes of Shame. First of all, salute to all of the Shame-Free Life members that are out there and family and friends. Thank you so much for so much positive feedback concerning last week's installment, concerning breaking the addiction or the cycle of addiction of people pleasing. Thank you so much. I'm just overwhelmed by a lot of the responses, and I just can't wait to get into today's topic, dealing with distractions. Dealing with distractions. That's right. I have distractions. You have distractions. We have distractions. And if you are living and breathing right now, guess what? Distractions are coming your way. So before I even talk about the most costly and valuable thing that you have, let's just talk about distractions for a minute. I just want to just lay the groundwork if I can. Distraction, by definition, simply means the process of diverting the attention of an individual or group from a desired area of focus, and thereby blocking or diminishing the reception of desired information. Now, this is pivotal because in this definition, there's a word that sticks out to me: process. Or process is a series of steps and decisions involved in the way work is completed. And also in the definition of distraction, another word sticks out to me, and that's information. Information, facts provided or learned about something or someone. The most valuable thing that you have in the very beginning, the interlude that you have, that is the most sought after and the most valuable commodity on the planet, is not your financial portfolio. It's not the investments that you have from a real estate standpoint. It's not gold and silver and other precious metals that you have. It's your attention. I'm going to let that sink in for a moment. Attention is the new currency today. There are millionaires and billionaires that have gained their status by paying for your attention and my attention. Attention is the biggest thing and the greatest thing today. The most precious and priceless thing or commodity today. It's the new currency, your attention. And just like the old cliche that we would always say in class or in school, listen, why don't you pay attention? There are literally companies that are doing just that. They are paying for your attention. Let's just take a look at a supporting article concerning the currency of your attention. This was written by Jocelyn Booth, who happens to be the global brand marketing manager. She wrote this article, Visions for 2020. Key trends shaping the digital marketing landscape. Now, she wrote this article January 17th, 2020. That's my reference. Go look it up. We bring receipts on Shame Free Life Radio. She says the results showed the average person's attention span was 12 seconds. About 15 years later, it dropped to 8 seconds. The average person's attention span is only 8 seconds. A recent study from the Technical University of Denmark suggests our collective global attention span is narrowing because of the abundance of information presented to us. So again, the abundance of information, inundated with information, all day long, 24/7, new information, old information, true information, false information, information 24/7 that we're facing, and not being able to sit back or disconnect for a little while to process the information that we already have. We're being inundated with more information. Why? Because there is a war that's taking place in the spirit realm, but also right here on planet Earth, in the practical natural realm. There's a war for our attention. People are paying high dollar for our attention. Be it a Budweiser commercial, be it you're not hungry, you're sitting on the couch just enjoying a particular movie, and then you see a commercial about food, and now all of a sudden you're hungry. That's because that there are psychologists, there are psychiatrists, there are clinicians that many marketers hire to sit on board of directors or advisory boards to add their scientific research and data concerning the human mind and how it functions, what makes it sad, what makes it happy, what tantalizes the appetite of most people, what tantalizes the appetite of white people, what tantalizes the appetite of black people, what sets black people off, what sets white people off, what sets Latinos off, how about men and women? What are people drawn to? What are some of the empty things in their lives that can be filled by our product that they don't need, that we can cash in and laugh all the way to the bank? There is a war 24/7 that is taking place over the hottest, most sought after, most valuable commodity on planet Earth, and it is called your attention. Now, to support this particular article, and I'm grateful for the internet because it has its place right now where you're utilizing the internet. I think it's a beautiful thing when it's in the right hands. I think it is a deadly thing when it's in the wrong hands. Just as a firearm in the hand of a mature man or woman that understands and respects the nuances of that firearm to protect themselves, their family, I think it's a wonderful thing. I think it's a needful thing. But that same firearm in the hand of a 2-year-old is an accident, a deadly accident that's just waiting to happen. It's fatal. So it depends on which hands it falls in. Now, internet users spend on average 2 hours and 24 minutes a day on social networking media. This was back in 2020, just a year ago. 50% of the time spent on mobile devices is done by using social media apps. We see them all day long, veering from one side of the road to the other, almost hitting the guardrail, or striking a walking pedestrian on the sidewalk. Why? Was this a drunk driver? No. She was looking down at her lap. He was looking down at his lap at a cell phone. responding to a post or making a post, liking a comment, checking emails, distracted. That phone had its attention and won, or fighting for his attention. Be it LinkedIn, IG, fought a good fight, paid for his attention, and got it. But it almost cost him his life. So distractions, there are distractions that are healthy and there are distractions that are unhealthy. How many of us have become so distracted? Again, the war is over, or the fight is for your attention, which is the currency. And the implementation, or the subject matter, or the foundation is the information that we're getting. So the information that we're getting in, are we filtering this information? Is the information false or is it true? Because all day long we're getting information outwardly. Now let's talk about inwardly. How much of the information that we focus on concerning our own lives gets our attention? Focusing on things that are real, things that are true, things that actually happen. But the bulk of our attention is on that thing or those things. The marriage that was brutal, that was dishonorable, that took me to divorce court, and I have the scars to show for it. Being talked about or lied on by the very people that you trusted, people that you went into business with, distracted by the car that they were driving, distracted by the wordplay that was coming out of their mouths, distracted because of the degrees that they had on their walls, but could not see the lack of character, could not see the lies, could not see the manipulation, could not see the narcissism, the self-aggrandizement, could not see the very thing that we needed to see in that relationship, those relationships, because our focus or attention was on the very thing that was bait, but we could not see the hook like the fish and ended up in the frying pan. Those things could be true. Well, how about if we look at it from a personal standpoint? Not being able to get past a lot of things concerning our own lives. And so it becomes a distraction. But we're going to get into that a little bit later. But first, I want to talk about some unhealthy distractions and healthy distractions. Unhealthy distractions, number one, do not contribute to your own health and wellness, spirit, soul, and body. Remember that. Unhealthy distractions do not and cannot contribute to your own health and wellness. Moreover, your human growth and development. Unhealthy distractions are not designed to build you up. They're not designed to fill you up. They're not designed to bring you into a holistic place of mental, emotional, and spiritual health and wellness. Secondly, unhealthy distractions do not push you toward your God-given purpose. Each and every one of you under the sound of my voice, you have a particular and specific purpose and plan for Almighty God Yah. You're not here to suck up air. You're not here by osmosis. You're not here because of a big bang. You're not here for any other reason except for there is a specific purpose. I know your job loves you, or they say that they do. You're not here for your car. You're not here to just purchase that nice house that you have your attention set on. Those things are wonderful. but you're here for a particular purpose. There are perks in everything that we do, but a particular purpose to promote the very plans of God in your life. Thirdly, unhealthy distractions will bankrupt your time through the currency of your attention. Again, the currency of your attention is the most hottest and sought after commodity today, but it will bankrupt your time. Money, you can get it back, you lose it. Health, you cannot. Time, you cannot. Yes, we can redeem the time. I know the word talks about that. But time is of the essence, and it's so important that there is a multi-million-dollar fight over your attention that will either build your time or subtract from your time. I'm talking about the subtraction of distraction. There is a subtraction of distractions that it literally takes from you, but does not add or multiply anything to you. And number 4, unhealthy distractions keeps us in a place of paralysis. And this is where I wanted to spend just a little time. That unhealthy distractions will keep us in a place where we're paralyzed. And the information, again, the fight or the payment that people are trying to pay high dollar for is the attention. The warfare is for your attention. The currency, the money of the attention, because attention is the new money today. But the basis of it is information. To put information in you or to extract information from you. So what is the information that we're focusing on? The information could be false or the information could be true. The information can be good. The information can be evil. The information is the foundation of it all. So what is our attention locked on as it relates to the information? If it is true from a personal standpoint. Okay, so you made some mistakes concerning your business. Okay, so you didn't receive all of the love that you should have received as a child. That's true. That's true information. That's factual and happened. Yes, you were in an abusive relationship and it decimated your self-esteem. It obliterated your self-image. That reality is true. And we can go on and on with so many other examples of things that have occurred to us in our lives that were so hurtful, that were so sorrowful, that were so painful, that I never thought that I would be this age doing this. I never thought that I would be at this age and not having accomplished this. I never thought that I would be at this age and had to go and having had to go through that. And here I am. What do I do? All of those realities are factual, and that is true information. But if our attention 24/7, if our attention 50% of the time is focused on those particular things that actually did happen, we are paralyzed in our past and unable to move into our future or even embrace our future through the eyes of faith and hope. So the paralysis is so real, but that's what unhealthy distractions will bring. But let's take a look at healthy distractions. Healthy distractions detours us from a path of destruction. I said healthy distractions will detour us from a path of distraction or from a path of distraction. An example of this would be found in Exodus chapter 3, beginning with verse 1 through 5, when we see the life of Moses, how he had a past. He had a body, a murder rap. He was a murderer. He killed someone, his own Hebrew brother. And so now he's running from Pharaoh, ran from Pharaoh because he's a fugitive of the law now. He's on the run. And now he finds himself in the backside of the desert and tending sheep, which was a prelude of the sheep that he was to attend, which would be the Israelites once they were brought out of bondage of Egypt. And so here he is on the backside of the desert, and he's just walking in the desert, minding his own business. But now, behold, he sees a bush that is on fire, but not consumed. A fire, but the bush is not burnt up, which is scientifically irrational. It can't happen. It's illogical for that to happen. If something is on fire, then it must be consumed by the fire, the force of the fire, the heat of the fire, the components within the fire, the gases and so forth. But here he sees this strange thing that now shifted his attention to it. And when his attention was shifted from where he came from as being seen as Pharaoh's grandson, having the best in life, being the best in life, having people to bow down to him, how he had wealth, unimaginable wealth, how he had prestige, he had popularity, he had any and everything that this society, America, promotes as being the American dream. Moses had that and lost that in an instant, and now found himself not only a fugitive of the law, but now being bankrupt and impoverished on the backside of the desert, the hottest point of the equator in Africa. And now I'm sure that he was focusing on that. I'm sure he was focusing on, at this age in life, I never thought that I would not have accomplished this. At this age in life, I never thought that I would be rehearsing what I could have done, what I should have done, what I ought to have done. I never thought at this age in life that this thing would have happened to me. This was unjust what happened to me. I didn't deserve that. And I'm still going through this as a result of it. But now his attention now shifted from what actually happened to him that was factual, now focusing on what is at that very point in time on his journey in life. And out of that burning bush came a spoken word to now speak to him about his destiny, but moreover, his identity. I submit to you today that oftentimes the Most High Yah will speak to you out of unconventional situations and circumstances. It can be a billboard. It can be something that you read, something that you hear. You can be walking on the side of a mountain and a bird speak to you, and out of that chirping sound comes a revelation of who you are and who you belong to. You can be walking along the beach shore, and the waves are crashing the beach, and the wind is blowing through your hair as the sunset begins to wave goodbye. That sounds pretty poetic, right? I am a poet. But out of that revelation comes something that's so profound to you that it shakes you to your very core. And now it shifts your attention to the very information now that is so important for you concerning your next step, concerning your next chapter in life. It's an aha moment. And so it is those moments that are so precious because it is a healthy distraction. It's a distraction that takes us off of what happened to us, takes our attention off of who did it to us, or the system that did it to us, and now places our attention on our destiny and our identity. Now, secondly, again, healthy distractions helps to regain our focus, shifting the focus. Thirdly, healthy distractions draw us to holistic health and peace. Holistic health and peace. That's so important. Because right now, in this day and time, well, I voted for this person. I voted for that person. I love this person's swag. All this weapons of mass destructions. We cannot gather and garner the information for revelation because we're focusing on the wrong thing. Our attention has been captivated. And number 4, healthy distractions allows us to positively impact those around us. Those around us have to be on code because now we're on code. Those around us have to level up. Why? Because we are leveling up. Because now the attention now is shifted and focused now on the very thing that it needs to be focused on. And number 5, healthy distractions fortifies the mind with discipline. It fortifies the mind with self-control. Able to have self-control and discipline in a time of just people just acting all erratic, all in their emotions, easily swayed by what somebody says, easily swayed by somebody's comment. Because now the attention is on the comment as opposed to the attention on the reality of who I am. Who I am is greater than your comment. Who I am is greater than the false or fake information that you have about me, because I have the breaking news that is true and fortified concerning who I am. So I'm not going to follow your tabloids of misinformation or false information that's fabricated, because I am sold on the reality of my own press. I believe my own press that comes from my creator Yah. I believe my own press that's hot off the press, and I read it daily because I understand that I'm fearfully and wonderfully made in his image, in the midst of breaking his heart, in the midst of dropping the ball, in the midst of committing an act of sin or whatever the case may be, but getting back up, learning from that experience and moving forward. I understand who I am. So therefore, who I am is more important than who you think I am. As a matter of fact, not only do you not know me, you don't even know yourself.
God, today.
And so let's talk about some remedies for unhealthy distractions. Distractions will come. Okay, so listen, Ronald Zahn, I get what you're saying, but what do I do when distractions come that are unhealthy? I'm not talking about the healthy distractions. They're good. You've already talked about that. It brings me closer to the reality of my destiny and my identity. But what I struggle with, those unhealthy, those low down and dirty distractions. I struggle with, I'm trying to be a single woman and keep myself chaste, but these cats keep hitting me up in the DM and I'm getting weak. I struggle because I'm trying to do the right thing, but these females keep hitting me. I'm trying to do the right thing and just and invest my money wisely, but this cat keep telling me about this business deal and it looks so promising and he's driving a Maserati and I'm like, man, I'm trying to come up. But I'm trying to do the right thing, but I'm distracted. I'm distracted by my own past. I'm distracted by the abuse as a youth. I'm distracted about the misuse as a young adult. I'm distracted about all the losses that I incurred, all of the grief that I have endured. I'm distracted by that. So what do I do? I'm glad that you asked. Now, here's some remedies for unhealthy distractions. Number 1, write it down. Expect it. Expect it. Distractions are a process. We talked about that in the opening definition. It's one of the attributes of distractions. Expect it. It will come. You can't stop it. Don't try to stop it, but expect it. As the old cliche, to be forewarned is to be forearmed. So when we know, now we can prepare. Preparing for the distraction. Well, listen, I know what I was, I have the day off and I have these things that have written down that I've got to accomplish, and I haven't gotten to I have 10 things that I've got to accomplish, and I haven't checked off one. That's because you are distracted. It will come. Expect it. So now you have to prepare yourself in such a way to not only expect for the distraction to come knocking on your door, but to answer it. And how you answer it will determine if it will stay or if it will say, I'm sorry, I got the wrong door, I'm out. So number one, expect it. Number two, face it. It takes courage to face a distraction. It takes courage to face a distraction and say, no, I'm not going to be able to do that. No, I'm sorry, but I'm not selling what you're buying. It takes courage to face a distraction eye to eye, face to face, and say, I see you for what you are. You're not a healthy distraction to take me off of a lifestyle journey of distraction. You are an unhealthy distraction that I'm doing life. I'm doing the best that I can. I'm making some moves. I've gone back to school, or I'm trying to establish my own business. I have moved beyond my old connections of people that are still out there hanging out, wilding out, doing their thing. I have some new friends, a new circle. And so now here is a distraction that showed up, and I'm going to face you. To face a distraction or to face something, that means that you have to literally stand eye to eye with it. To identify it. That distraction sees you. It definitely sees you. That's why it showed up. But to show that distraction that, guess what? I see you. So number one, the remedy for unhealthy distraction, expect it. Number two, face it. Number three, control the tempo. One of the things that I love about Coach Phil Jackson when he was with the Chicago Bulls and later he became the head coach of my Los Angeles Lakers. Yeah, I don't own any stock with the Laker organization, but I said it. That he's a mastermind behind the triangle. And in such a way that he controls the tempo. Another mastermind, a great head coach, was the late and great Coach Dean Smith of my Tar Heels, my Carolina Tar Heels, UNC. And so he developed the trap where he would slow the tempo down, meaning that when a team was gaining momentum because they began to score a lot of points, or points were being scored. And now the crowd was becoming involved and participating with the scoring, but it was not benefiting the Tar Heels or benefiting the Lakers. So what they would do, they would begin to resync and reshift, not going along with the tempo that's set by the opposition or the opposing team, but they set their own tempo. They slowed it down. And when you slow down, you regain your equilibrium, your emotional and psychological equilibrium, your spiritual equilibrium by slowing down. By slowing down, now you're also better to assess what is going on around me, what is happening to me. By slowing things down, now you begin to now refocus your attention. Now the ball is in your hand. You have taken the ball out of the hands of the distraction, and now you have the ball. And now you are going to control the tempo. And if you can control the tempo of the situation, you can control the outcome of the situation. Number 4, be clear on your purpose, or be clear of your purpose. Jot it down. Number 4, be clear of your purpose. This distraction is showing up. I am clear of my purpose. My purpose is to do X, Y, and Z. Well, what if you say, Ronald, I don't know my purpose? Then now you need to go back to the manufacturer and find out your purpose, because I'm pretty sure that he's been sharing your purpose with you all along. And oftentimes, because of the inundation of information to draw our attention to other things and people, we lose sight or focus on our attention on the purpose or the information that that God is trying to give us about our destiny. So our attention has become divided or fragmented. So we need to go back to the manufacturer, and he will show you. The manufacturer is your creator, Yah. He will show you what your purpose is. Why would he not? Why in the world would he create you and have no purpose? And so being clear on your purpose means that if I understand my purpose, then I understand what doesn't line up with my purpose. If I understand who I am, I also understand who I am not. If I understand where I am going, where I am heading in life, I also understand where I am not going back to in life, or where I am not heading in life. So, number 4, we must be very clear concerning our purpose. Number 5, refocus the lens of your attention. Like a camera that just takes sporadic pictures, and the pictures come out blurred, the pictures come out distorted, the pictures come out uneven, or the pictures come out taking pictures of other objects or people that don't belong in the desired picture that you imagine. We have to refocus the lens of our attention, the lens of your mind. Refocus. Let me shut it down. I don't spend too much time on Facebook. Shut it down. I spend too much time gossiping about so-and-so. I have spent too much time, concerning this particular situation or circumstance. It's not lining up with my purpose. It's not lining up with my destiny or my identity. This addiction is not lining up with who I am or who I aspire to be. I need to refocus my attention. I understand that there's a war that's taking place over the hottest commodity today, and the hottest commodity today is my attention. That is the new currency. Attention is the new money. So I must refocus my attention, like refocusing the lens on a camera, to now take the picture that I desire to take in full view, uninhibited by objects and things, that it takes the picture and it comes out picture perfect, not blurred, not unclear. My life has clarity now. My mind has clarity now. Number 6, this is the last point. Choose a mature purpose partner. I didn't just say accountability partner. Those are wonderful. But I say a purpose partner. A purpose partner. A purpose partner that understands your purpose. A purpose partner that will hold you accountable to your purpose. A purpose partner that is committed to your health and wellness and human growth and development, and not your human decline or bondage. There is big business, as we talked about earlier, in the marketing industry. The fight of companies over who's going to control your attention, who's going to get your attention to get your money. Well, distractions do it as well. But a purpose partner understands this and will hold our feet to the fire because we have a purpose and a destiny, and we have an identity to walk out, as opposed to an identity that has been handed down to us, which is a false identity of who we truly are. So these are the 6 principles. These are the 6 remedies. These are the 6 cures concerning unhealthy distractions when they come. Number 1, expect it. Number 2, face it. Number 3, control the tempo. Number 4, be clear of your purpose. Number 5, refocus the lens of your attention. Number 6, choose a mature purpose partner. And that is so important. Not just your homeboy, your homegirl. This is my dude, this is my dog. Hey, this is my girl right here. No. I said a mature and also a godly, mature partner. Not a foolish or carnal-minded partner, because we have to rebuild our lives one brick at a time. Listen, it's been great, family. I want you to share this with as many people as you possibly can. Definitely give me some feedback, as you always do, Shame-Free Life family. I love you to life. If this is a blessing to you, if the other podcasts have blessed you, hey, listen, don't feel it strange just to hit me up on my Cash App. The show's Cash App is $ the Shame-Free Life. That's $ the Shame-Free Life. And we are committed to help one another, because we are our brothers and our sisters' keeper. And definitely reach out to me. We have some more developments that are coming to pass. If you are interested in a one-on-one consultation, definitely hit us up on the website. We're doing some great things, and we are committed to help people on the recovery, on the road to recovery, as it relates to trauma as well as grief. So just go to the website. That's www.theshamefreelife, theshamefreelife.com. And so peace and blessings to you. We love you. And until next week, just remember that your life begins when you say so.
Thank you for joining us on the Shame-Free Life radio show. For 15 minutes of shame, follow us on IG and Twitter @Shame-Free Life. For information on promoting your business with us, contact us at theshamefreelife@gmail.com. Until next time, your life begins when you say so.